go!
All right, Coach Thompson, here we go. Another week of Rocket football. This time we're going to put on our long-distance shoes and go down to Caverna. I know everybody's real excited about that trip, wearing a mask all the way down there on a school bus.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been to Caverna. I've never gone. I guess it was my senior year, I guess, that they came in our district, but they played at our place, so I've never been to Caverna.
It's a long way, and we have some unfortunate news this week as well. I know people have enjoyed the live streaming of the games, and we've done some research, looked at some AT&T signal information online. We've looked at talked to people, just got some anecdotal information from people who live there around the school and work around the school, and the signal is not going to be strong enough, and it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people have enjoyed that, and people have been having group settings, so you're going to be kind of playing in anonymity down there this week. Hopefully we'll go down and take care of business.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We'll make sure we go down there and take care of business, play our brand of football, and get back home safe.
I want to begin today's show by acknowledging some of our partners in our broadcast here, not only this coach's show, but our podcast and all the other things we do that revolve around Rocket football. Whitetail Properties, here on the screen on the background, is our primary corporate sponsor. We appreciate Mark Williams, agent, and of course that's Sean Thompson's uncle. So we got an inside track on Whitetail Properties.
For sure.
Yeah, do you have a good place to deer hunt because of that?
I don't have the patience for that, Chris.
Also want to recognize Shara Solutions on the New York Stock Exchange, Homestead Realty, where you, whether you're buying or selling real estate. Farmers Bank, your trusted hometown bank since 1899. And Riley Tool and Machine, they're grinding away every day just for Friday nights. Coach Thompson, Caverna is winless on the season, 0-3, has not been in a close game. In fact, they've only won a couple of games in the last 2 or 3 years. So,
yeah, this is one of those teams where you should go out and take care of business, but they look to be really similar to what they were. They lost those players that they had last year. I can't remember their names, but they had a couple athletes that really could go out there and play. And this year they have another set of athletes that can go out there and play and run around and do a little bit. So we got to make sure that we come out, from the jump and ready to play and not allow them to get any confidence, because you do that with those type of teams, anything can happen.
And we know from the previous games that we've been a little cold-collared at the start of game. Just pretty much every football game we played this year. So what do you do as a coach to overcome that this week?
Well, I don't think we can overcome. Well, I mean, we overcome it, but the issue, I think me and Gage, we've talked about it a few times. It's one of the benefits of working together as well as coaching together. We have a lot of conversations. And what it comes down to is when we play at home, we're a whole nother team because of the environment. It's something that you can't. It's just unrivaled. Anywhere you go, you just don't have that environment, and our kids they're not good at flipping the switch just because it's time.
Vicky needs to flip their switch.
Someone has to flip their switch, and that's something we have to get better at, because you're not always going to be able to play at home. If you win every game and you go to a state championship, you're not playing at home.
Right.
You got to be able to flip that switch on yourself, and that's something we have to get better at.
And of course, we're talking about the staff that puts this on. Vicky Carlson, who does the music, and Todd Riley, our PA guy, and it is it goes such a big group that helps put on this product that we call Rocket Football that we're mighty proud of these days.
Yeah, for sure, they do a great job. You don't have to ask them to do anything. They just take care of it. It's nothing I have to worry about. I was hired and asked what I wanted, and I said I want a party every Friday night, and they've given that to us for 3 years now, and it's awesome.
And really, that's a luxury that a football coach has at a small program that most do not have. And you take, I can speak for baseball, for instance. the coach has to do everything pretty much,
Yeah.
and it's like that in all these other sports, what we call the non-revenue sports. But football in Crittenden County is a big deal, and we're proud of it and have been for many years.
For sure, and we're thankful for all the people that do so much to make it is what it our program is what it is. So. Thank you all you people who do your part.
And we will thank some of those right now who are our partners in putting on all this that comes with Rocket football. So First United Bank, are you ready to switch banks? Deer Lakes Golf Course, home of Rocket Golf. And of course, Sammy Greenwell played in the state tournament this week. Had a tough time. We'll talk maybe a minute about that in just a minute. But I want to get back to these. C-Plant Federal Credit Union, now on Main Street in Marion. Johnson's Furniture, your top choice for sales and service. Ellington Detailing, where we keep the Rockets looking sharp. And Par 4 Plastics, where our team is Rocket proud. Coach Thompson, let's just a moment about Sammy Greenwell, of course, senior golfer for the Rockets. Went over to Bowling Green. We got to be careful up and down. Did you get our geography right? But played in the state golf tournament. You, as athletic director, probably followed what happened. They had to play in almost total darkness there on the end of their first round. It cost him about 7 strokes. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. To put in the work that he's put in, and then go through that adversity on the first day. But he had an opportunity to bounce back the second day, and really and truly, it's just a great experience to be able to play in a state tournament.
Absolutely.
And go up there, and he's done it twice now. I mean, I guess there's only been 2 boys.
Yeah, Rick
to
Hughes,
do that.
the pro down at Deer Lakes, and Sammy Greenwell are the only 2 that's gone twice.
He should be proud of himself in the situation. Yeah, it's upsetting. But we all go through adversity, but it is just how you respond to adversity that defines you as a man, a woman, adult, or whatever, as a golfer, So for Sammy, he can still hold his head high and know that he represented Crittenden County well.
I want to, as we get back to football here, I want to mention that Coach Thompson is now the second winningest coach in Rocket football history. Just 3 seasons, man. Come on, that's pretty good.
I stayed longer than most of them.
Yeah. Well, even Pat Gates, who won a championship here, was here 4 years because he won 13 games in 1 year.
Yeah.
Other than that, there weren't many. 3 or 4 wins.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to have been able to coach this group of kids that I've coached since I've been here.
Pretty unbelievable group.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. I could mess it up, so, just coming in and having these kids to start out a career has been a blessing, and I just want to make sure that we continue that success.
Of course, we go down to Caverna this week, and we'll play a team that's, I guess, if you look at the power rankings, they're right near the bottom. It's difficult sometimes to get up for these games. We've actually fell in the rankings this week. We go down and thump Trig pretty good, but we go from tied for 6th to 7th place in the Associated Press poll. But we're up there in some of the other polls in the top 5.
Yeah, and that's where I want to be. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, anywhere down there is great.
That just shows you're a little sneaky good.
Yeah, I just my thing is I don't care what people think of us before they play us, but after they play us, they know that they've played Crittenden County. That's the mindset that we're trying to take on this year, and I think we're getting where it's working for us. Yeah.
Well, it was certainly an interesting comment that I saw tweeted from Ed Marlowe at the Paducah Sun last week after Murray High played Tillman, and I don't know what their conversation was. The reporter from Paducah Sun and Murray's head football coach, but the Paducah Sun reporter posted a tweet that said that something to the effect that Murray's coach said in all his years of coaching high school football, Crittenden County was the most physical team he had ever played against.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate compliment.
Sure.
That's what we're looking for. I'm sure coming in, you don't know about Crittenden County. We hadn't played Murray in years. We scrimmaged them last year. Scrimmage is just to work the mistakes out. You don't get the full-on effect of a game, but The funny thing about that comment is I was thinking the same thing. That team was so physical.
Smart,
they beat us up.
sure.
They beat us up. We're beat up a little bit. But for them to think that, especially as physical as they are, that's a pretty cool thing.
And those two teams, Crittenden County and Murray, have long been known for being physical, just teams with a lot of physicality, and that's what we've kind of hung our hat on for many years. We don't have the quickest secondary or the fastest running backs, but we're physical.
Yeah, we want to beat you up, and I'm telling you, that's what I meant last year when I said, I'm sick of getting the same results, as far as getting to the third round and losing. And what it comes down to, we decided when a team comes and smacks us in the mouth and is more physical than us, that's when we lose. Mm-hmm. And so our mindset all along this year has just been we be the most physical team. And that's what we're doing right now. And the kids are really taking ownership of it.
So far, so good now, won 3 games in a row. I want to mention some of our partners. Al Starnes, Coldwell Banker. He is always a Rocket. We know him. He is the winningest coach in Rocket football history. In about 21 more years, you can catch him.
Amazing.
H&H Home in Hardin, Kentucky. The Marion Eye Care Center, optometrist, Dr. Adria Porter. Frazier and Massey, attorneys at law in Marion. And the Magnolia Bank, Derek Myers, mortgage specialist. Coach Thompson, I've got some more Andy information here. We always love to see what Andy's bringing out this week. I want to make mention of this, and you can talk about your quarterback. But Luke Kreider is the only quarterback ever in Rocket football history to throw 3 touchdown passes of 50 or more yards in a single game. There were 2 quarterbacks who had thrown 250 or more yard passes in a game. They were Talon Polk and yours truly here. Sean Thompson, when you were quarterback back against Muhlenberg County in 2003, it says.
Yeah, I can speak for myself. I don't know anything about Taylor's situation as far as how he threw them, but mine were kind of
2
trick
screens.
plays. No, they were set up to be open. We did. It was the same play both times. To Cody Robinson, we kind of did a little sprint out one way and then kind of throw back to the middle of the field. They're playing some man type stuff, and we were able to take advantage of it twice. So for me, it was luck. I don't know about Taylor, but Luke has done a good job and is making better reads now and really going through his progressions. And 2 of his plays were really great reads. The third one was a screen that Preston Morrison made a really good cut, and then actually 2 cuts, and then was off to the races. And it's just getting the ball to your athletes and then letting them do what they do. I tell Luke all the time, we're a much better team when the ball's not in your hands, and when you put it in the right people's hands. That statement is true. So he's doing a better job at that.
Yeah, not a bad outing for Luke last week with passing. Again, his by far his best game of the season. But I also want to bring up these other points that Andy's made. Xander Tabor, 72-yard touchdown run, was the longest rushing touchdown we've had in the last 54 games. So there you go. Now, let's get back. We talked about this last week. 8.8 first downs that we're averaging through our 4 games. We're allowing 13.3. Both of those are almost record-setting performances over the past 35 years of Rocket football. But you look at our scoring, and we're averaging 30 points a game, and our opponents are averaging 20. And that included one time we were shut out by Caldwell County.
Yeah.
So we're hitting the home run.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'll sit here and I'll still tell you that we're not a big play
designed
team.
for that.
That's just not what we do. We're not built to do that. We don't run stuff for that. But our kids continue to make the plays when we need them to, which is huge because we're going to need that as the season goes. But what we have to be able to do is drive the football. So we have to make sure that we continue to get better on first down and continue to be a better third down team as well. And then we'll do that. We'll improve at that. You'll see us get better. You'll see us make strides in the right direction. But as long as we're still making the big play, I'll take that as well.
Sure. Halfway through the last couple of games, I'm particularly the Murray game, I keep looking at my first downs thinking, did I miss something? Where are these first downs? We're not, usually in years past, that was kind of our trademark. Yeah. We're going to keep the ball away from you. Yeah. We're going to use the clock. Of course, now our defense, we can afford to leave that defensive ours
Yeah.
out there for a little while now.
For sure.
They don't stay out there very long
Yeah,
usually. But
yeah, they play a lot more. We're on defense a lot, and sometimes not because we're doing great.
because your offense is
We're sputtering, and but those guys, that was part of our wanting to be able to play 22 guys, start
Right.
22 guys, and we're not completely there, but we have about 30 deep on our roster that will go in critical time and play. So that's huge to be able to do that at a small school, and in the end, it's going to pay off because then we have more guys battle tested and ready to perform when the lights get a little brighter.
Speaking of battle tested, we want to get back to some of our battle tested partners here in Crittenden County who support Rocket football. One that is truly battle tested is Tanner Tabor with YTG Insurance. He's your voice of the Rockets, along with Mike Crabtree and Ethan. Make sure I don't say Ethan Dossett this week. I gave Ethan Hunt a plug last week, but those three guys do our broadcast, and again, we won't be doing that. But among our sponsors are Mike and Stoner's Barbershop in Marion and YTG Insurance. Also, I want to mention Mulligan's Pizzeria and Pub, where they usually watch the game. Won't be watching it this week. Maybe listen to it on the radio. Yeah. I assume the radio guys will be going down there. And Max 2 Custom Tent and Detail, new location on Orb Taylor Road, just west of Marion. Coach Thompson, let's talk. We do have a long trip. We have some protocol we have to follow on the trip down there, the bus rides. So I assume we're going to limit the roster, our travel squad this week. And do we have anybody that's injured or unable to play?
No, we don't have any injuries. What we did was we're not taking kids who miss practice.
And it's been fall break, and
it's been fall break.
A time that's ripe for kids missing practice.
Oh yeah, and, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with missing practice. So there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, and we make sure that our kids are held accountable. So things come up. We can't control everything, but how you communicate is what makes it the right or wrong way. We have a few guys that won't be going this week, and then just some other guys that got some things going. They won't be traveling this week, but everyone's going to be able to ride the buses with our numbers. I think we're taking 49 players, or 48 players out of 51. There's very few not going, but it is what it is.
Deacon Holloman has been playing well, and he's sick. I understand chances are he's not going to go.
He's not going to go. Deacon is having some sinus issues, so he's not going to go, just to make sure that we continue to stay safe and not put ourselves in any situation where more could come of it. But he's a lot better. He just had some sinus drainage going on, and we just want to make sure that we're all good.
Have we got any guys that are dinged up that could maybe benefit from a game this week where maybe you hold them out or not play them as many? Yeah.
All of them. As physical as the first 3 or 4 games on our schedule have been, all of them could use a week, so we're going to look at opportunities to be able to get some guys in early and be able to play. But we had that opportunity last week, and we have to make sure that when we get that opportunity as a player to go in, and I haven't been playing, that my head is on straight, I'm engaged, and I'm ready to go. We didn't do that last week, and we felt like we took care of that on Monday. As a matter of fact, I know we took care of it on Monday because they go out. We take care of it before a JV game, and then we go to Madisonville, and they just absolutely take it to Madisonville.
Yeah, big win for the JV over there.
For sure. They went
couple
out
of
there.
pick sixes, I think.
Yeah, they were all over the place. Micah Newcomb threw many touchdowns, and it's really fitting. He throws a touchdown to Casey Cates. Casey Cates' dad It's from Madisonville. That's where he played. So I told Casey to make sure he goes home and gives it to his dad a little bit and let him know that Crittenden County way might be a little bit better sometimes. And then you see a kid that stood out to me was Benny McDaniel on the defensive line. Oh, my gosh, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
I've never seen him play like that. Actually, I take that back. In Little League, he used to fly around like that, and I just remember thinking, man, one day it's going to be good, and now it finally clicked for him, and he was out there. He's all over the place. There's guys all over that JV team, that field on Monday that perform well. There's no way I could cover them all. Gatton Travis ran the ball well. Levi Piper made a big play in space. Rowan Perkins with the pick six. That kid is fast, and I'm not talking Crittenden County fast. He's fast, period. Jackson Hatfield does a great job. Being an undersized defensive back to never get beat because of his size. He does a good job going out there competing. Tyler Belt makes plays after play after play. Seth Guess is all over the field, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and all those linebackers. And then you got up front people like Travis Blazina and Hurst Minier doing a good job. Trey Swaggart's a guy to look out for, and Sammy Impastato is he's the next Lathan Easley for sure.
Up front, nose guard. So a lot of those names right there, we hope to see them early and often this Friday down at Caverna.
For sure.
Now next week, a little bit of a change, and I think I got it wrong. I should have said against Fulton County in the newspaper this week instead of at Fulton County, but we have it online. There is a change to next week's game. The Fulton County game here in Crittenden County will not be played on Friday night. Will be played on Saturday night. And start time is 5:30, so that's 5:30 p.m. on Saturday night at home here at Crittenden County. Rockets play their second district game next week. Tell us about what's going on there and why we had to make it.
Well, for me, it was three things. Coach Bridges, he contacts me and he asked if we would be okay with moving the game to Saturday, and of course, he's been a guy that we both, I guess, we kind of take over around the same time, and he's been a guy that has always done things that when I need him to do things, just been a good guy, someone to reach out to. So you listen to those people, and they're coming off quarantine that Thursday.
Did not play Russellville last week because they had close contact.
On Thursday, they're coming out of quarantine, so that's understandable. Just for kids' safety, just to be able to get back into it a little bit and have at least 2 days. And then the other thing was I didn't want it to affect our schedule. I didn't want to have to reconfigure down the road if we couldn't get that game in because we weren't willing to push back till Saturday. Because I want to be able to say that we did what we were supposed to do. And we made it through a season, and that's the ultimate goal. We made it through doing what we were supposed to do, and so I didn't want to have to start moving that schedule around and all that come with that by not working with that. So if he wanted to go to Saturday at 5:30, we're going to accommodate that and make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Great. So we'll get an extra day next week for practice.
Yeah.
Want to remind you, go down and click the subscribe button, please. We still need about 450 more subscribers to eliminate one layer of being able to bring you a better product here on the Coaches Show and our live broadcast. So we need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please, if you would, click that subscribe button. It's free. Don't cost you a dime. All we need to do is get you on and show those numbers. Coach Thompson, good luck. Have a safe trip. Going down to Caverna. Going to be a long night. Go down. Let's knock